Hello everybody, before we start this video I'd like to give a shout out to 3 people this time. This week we're doing Riki Poppet, Yena Youngblood, and Ai Shinju. And for everyone here at SHOUTOUT Super as well as everyone from the Master Legion and everyone the SHOUTOUT Patrol made by Family Man Posse, I wish you good luck in your oncoming future. Now without further ado, let's begin your feature presentation. Hope you all enjoy the video and have a good day.
Hello everybody, this is Man's Best Friend Manny here, and everybody welcome back to another episode of... Oh gosh, is this it? Showster, is this it? This is it, isn't it? Oh my gosh! Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe... Okay, stay strong, Manny, stay strong. Stay strong, Manny, stay strong. This is going to be the final episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, Link Evolution, the Duel Monster story! Are you... And... Really? Sure, still, like, there's no more? The brains? What about the brain stories? The brain still... Really? Really? Okay. Well, what was that? Oh yeah, okay, so last time, we finished off the Battle City finals, we defeated Marek, and of course saved the world, obtained the 3 Egyptian god cards, but then, let's just say that a brand new evil arose, took the Egyptian god cards, and then we reunited with Mai, which was good, but at the same time not so good, because she was kind of sort of using the Seal of Orichalcos. But then Kaiba also had a little bit of a trouble with the Seal of Orichalcos himself, and Joey almost had a little bit of trouble with the Seal of Orichalcos, but then he kind of sort of did. Yeah, I've got to say, things after the Battle City finals really went all completely, dark and sad all of a sudden. I don't even know why. But today, I'm sorry, this is the final time we get to play Legacy of the Duelist, Link Evolution on this channel. It's just, I just don't know, like, this series, it started, like, almost, like 9 years ago, so we've had a little bit of a journey. Yeah, there were, like, a few stops on the way, and maybe there were, like, a few things that were keeping the next series from being released, but no, here we are. The final episode, like the final of all. I mean, we did check, and the brain story mode hasn't been updated since the release of Link Evolution. So yeah, this is pretty much the final episode. But we're gonna make it count. We're definitely gonna make it count. As today we are going to be continuing on with the Orichalcos arc, and if this is the final episode, that can only mean one thing. That we're going to see the final duels of the series. But nevertheless, before we start this video, before we get right into it, me and Shouts would like to thank everybody so much for all your wonderful support so far, especially now that the series is coming to an end. But do not worry, Shouts has got another series ready, as per usual, and it is going to be a Shouts to play, so I can have a moment to take this in. This is too much for a demigod to take. But again, thank you all so much for all your wonderful support. Without all your support, none of these videos would have been possible. And me and Shouts would like to thank everybody for this great journey that we've had. I mean, yeah, I joined in at like the last 2 series of this journey with Shouts doing Zexor, Art 5 and 5Ds, and me going in on GX and the original series. But this has been a wild ride, and don't worry, there's still Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I mean, we'll still get a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Content to come. Maybe even a little something, great in the future. Like maybe, let's say, a Pokemon game might come out in the near future, or maybe like even another Dragon Ball game. There's still a lot of options to choose from, especially this next one coming up. Well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but for those who have read the posts that have been released last week, well, that's your little hint. That's a little hint, to be fair. Well, okay, well, not the one about the Pokemon thing, okay, that's coming in the near future, but the one down below, yeah, the one below it, yeah, we're going to be spoiled for content, to be fair, so don't you worry about that. But other than that, the only other news that I've got to tell you before we get right into this is, coming this Sunday is going to be the start of a 2-parter Shouts vs What If. The first part is going to be released this Sunday, and the second part is going to be released right about the same time. So this Sunday and next Sunday is going to be a 2-parter What If, and then the Shouts vs Side story by the end of the month. So We've got a lot of content coming soon. Don't worry about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just I really can't believe this is it. I really can't believe that after like 8 years of of what the heck moments or OTKs or that one chance of Exodia Rage plus the infamous scene where Zone, the final boss of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, drew a card and he ended his turn, even though his deck was full of Time Lord cards that would otherwise have battered us. But no, this is it. But nevertheless, with the restrictions of fusions and rituals at our side, and with the final 3 duels to look forward to, this is going to look up to be one of the greatest finales to any of the Link Evolution stories so far. And honestly, without all of you here, I doubt that Shortster and I would be able to post this content to come. So, for only at Shortster Vibes Wars over the Mass Legion and everyone the Shortster Patrol made by family and yours truly, the Manny Party, thank you all so much for all your support so far. Thank you for joining us on this long journey till the journey's end for Legacy, the Duelist in general, and now it's time to begin the grand finale with the first duel where we'll be grappling with a Guardian and hopefully saving those souls that have been taken by the Orichalcos, including Joey. He was a real tough one. I'll say, real tough one, I have mad respect for Joey. What's going on here? Don't you see? Joey must have defeated Valen, and then Mai showed up. She did this to him, I'm sure of it. That's true. However, there's only one person we can really blame for all this, and I think you know what I mean. He hides safely in his fortress, while others do his dirty work. Well, not anymore. And we go right into the lair of Dartz, okay? Just right at his doorstep. Well, that was pretty quick, Millennium Puzzle does many wonders. Mai! Say something! She must have been in a duel, and she tripped the power lines. Dang it, Mai! It appears she lost both the duel and her soul. I must put an end to this. It's about time you showed up. This doesn't concern you, Raphael. I'm here to see Dartz. Is your master so much of a coward that he sent you to do his battles for him? Not quite. But first, why don't you take this? It's the Claw of Hemos, Joey's card. So you're the one who defeated Joey, aren't you? Actually, Mai beat Joey. Then I defeated her. But why? Wasn't Mai on your side? I never trusted her, and it turns out I was right all along. After she took Joey's soul, she turned on us. Biggest mistake she ever made. Wake up! Can't you see your so-called Master Dartz is just using you to satisfy his own selfish needs? If you really want to save the world, then stop fighting me and join my side! As soon as the greatest beast is revived, I'm afraid your side will no longer exist, Pharaoh. All it needs to get started is one more strong soul. And the sacred seal of Orichalcos will take care of that once I take you down. The winner leaves a free man, and the loser becomes a prisoner to the beast. You're on. If that's what it takes to set my friends free, then let's duel. And once you're out of my way, I can go straight for Dartz. Alright. Well, if Raphael's as tough as he said, then we've got to be careful, especially with his Guardian monsters. And if a certain Guardian monster is in there that Shortster used in a previous series, let's believe in the heart of the cards, Yugi. One last time. Okay. I know Raphael has the seal of Orichalcos, but we need to still keep our wits about us against this guy, so I'll start my turn by summoning my Magician's Rod. And thanks to Magician's Rod's special ability, I can now add a spell or trap card from my deck that specifically lists a Dark Magician in its text. So the card I will choose... Let's see... is the... Let's see... Okay, that only works with a Dark Magician. I'll go with Magician's Navigation, why not? That should do just great. And then I will discard one card from my hand to the graveyard and summon my Apprentice Illusion Magician. And thanks to Apprentice Illusion Magician's special ability, I get to add a Dark Magician from my deck to my hand. That should do it. And then I will set one card face down, and that will be all. It's your turn, Raphael. Okay. So, his strongest monster can only be summoned if there are no monsters in his graveyard, and then he's got another Okay, Arsenal Summoner, okay. With Celestial Swordiatos, okay. And he's just doing that, okay. Let's see how we go, okay. And I guess I'll return in full since the Orichalcus is not playing. I wouldn't want this guy to lose his soul. I activate my track card, Magician's Navigation. This lets me summon a Dart Magician straight from my hand. So take to the field, Dart Magician. And when Dart Magician is summoned to my field, Magician's Navigation also lets me add, lets me special summon another spellcaster straight from my deck. So take to the field, Dart Magician Girl. And with Master and Student out on the field, what will you do now? Ooh, attacking Apprentice Illusion Magician. That was smart. Very smart, but that face down card. What could it be? Well, guess we'll just have to find out very soon, or right now. But first I'll play the spell card Dark Magical Circle. Next I look at the top 3 cards of my deck, and if any of them list Dark Magician, I get to add one of them to my hand. And one of the cards I choose to bring to the top of my deck is the Eye of Timaeus. And then I'll let my Dark Magician attack your Arsenal Summoner. Dark Magic Attack! That's 1. And now Dark Magician Girl attack with Dark Burning Attack. And now Magician's Rod will attack you directly, Raphael. And then, from my hand, I activate the spell card Secrets of Dark Magic. This card now lets me fusion summon a Dark Magician fusion monster, or a fusion monster that lists Dark Magician in its text. So, I now fuse the Dark Magician on my field with the Dark Magician Girl that's currently residing in my hand to summon the combination of both Master and Student made whole. Say hello to the Dark Magicians! And with them on the field, they can now proceed to attack again. So the Dark Magicians will attack with double Dark Magic Burst. Still left with 1200 points, but that's fine. I end my turn there. And of course, for every Dark Magician in the graveyard, Dark Magician Girl gains 300 attack points. Neat! And he doesn't seem to be playing the Seal Orichalcos, so that's fine. But hopefully this card ought to seal the deal. I now activate the spell card, the Eye of Timaeus, which infuses the power of my Dark Magician Girl with and combines their might into a monster that's even stronger than that. Like, for instance, I can now fusion summon with the Spirit of Timaeus, Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. And here she is. And now, thanks to the Dark Magician's effect, whenever I activate a spell or trap card or effect once per turn, I get to draw an additional card. And then I activate Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight's effect, and I just misplayed. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, hopefully this will still go well. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight attack. And then the Dark Magicians will attack. And that's a GG. Well, this may be the final episode, but I think we saved somebody's soul from the Orichalcos. Nice. Well, I mean, although these are the last 3 duels, you know, performing a good deed, you know, it goes places. You know, you never know when kindness will eventually come back to help you. And hopefully the same could be said for Raphael, who knows? Dartz fed you lies, and in a moment of weakness you allowed your heart to be consumed by the dark magic of the Orichalcos. I could tell that the real you was still in there, fighting to break free, and breaking the, honestly, Raphael really did get that fixed. Those mice have been playing in the wires for some time now. I knew what I had to do. Force you to face the darkness. You were right. Thank you. I get it now. Everyone I turned my back on is still here. And they'll always be with me. Hey! The seal is gone! Where did it go? Doesn't it usually put up a green laser show? Yeah. And it usually takes someone's soul too. So how are you still here? I'm lost. I have a theory. The seal of Orichalcos is powered by the darkness within the person who plays it. But Raphael was able to conquer that darkness. So my soul was spared. I'm free. And we hope to do you again in the future, but okay! We're moving into finally facing the big boss of the Orichalcos, the one and only. It's the time for the final battle with Dartz. You were expecting someone else? Well, due to the carelessness of my employees, I'm the only one left. You can't find good help these days, now can you? Look, I want my company back, so can the small talk. Is that so? Well, guess what? We all want something. As for me, I want your souls. For the last time, release our friends! That's not possible.
What do you mean?
I mean, they've already been put to use. As we speak, their life energy supplies power to the most devastating creature that ever lived. Oh great, now what? My 10,000-year-old collection is almost complete. Once I get yours, my beast can rise.
Hold on. You've been collecting souls for all those years? Do you know how many lives you destroyed?
Millions. So, some of those people lived in the past? Now you're catching on. Ever since the great Leviathan was laid to rest, I have been gathering the energy necessary to fuel its rebirth. Come on, you expect us to believe that junk? Ye of little faith. Just duel me, and I promise I'll make you a believer out of you. For when you lose, there'll be no denying my power. Okay. This could ultimately lead to either the end of the world or a peaceful future, but, well, this is definitely going to be the final duel of all time, and, well, might as well gotta give it our all. And who else better to do it than the three legendary knights themselves? It's time to duel! Okay, let's do this. Starts off with Dart Valkyria, Heart of the Underdog, and a card face down. 2 cards face down. Okay, this is where it all begins, and it starts with the spell card Charge of the Light Brigade. I send the top 3 cards of my deck to my graveyard and add a level 4 light monster from my deck to my hand, or light sworn monsters. And it starts with my Raiden, Hand of the Light Sworn. And now due to Raiden's effect, I send the top 2 cards to my graveyard, and then one of those cards will be back to wreak their vengeance as I activate Return of the Dragon Lords. And this card returns a mighty beast born from golden light, rising to defend the world in the darkness, Divine Dragon Lord Felgran. And when this card is special summoned, I can target one of your monsters that's on the field and banish it. And that includes your Dart Valkyria. Now, Felgrand attack! Oh, Ojama Trio, okay. Oh, Dartz, you do realise that you just left yourself wide open, do you? Like, Ojama Trio is dangerous, don't get me wrong, but... Really? Wait a second, what about... Critias, okay, well, that's not going to be much for this card. Legend of Heart. Well, definitely need to save it when I can, but... Oh, okay. What are you going to do now, Dartz? Oh, the Seal of Orichalcos! And Alexandrite Dragon, okay! Not the combination I was expecting, but still good. Alright. Now, I now summon my Raiden, Hand of the Light Sworn, and then I activate Raiden's effect. And then I'll move into attack with my Divine Dragon Felgrand. And then I'll attack you directly with Raiden. And he brings it back with Call the Haunted. Should have known. And then, well, if that's the case, I'll just end my turn. Okay. He's either got to destroy my monster so I lose less cards, or... Oh, Dartz! Dartz, after 10,000 years, you should have known that this demidog still has some new tricks. True, Dark Hole can destroy all monsters on the field, but thanks to the cards that I put in my graveyard, oh, it's only just beginning, my friend. Since you tried to destroy one of my dragons, Return of the Dragon Lords activates from my graveyard, negating my Felgrand's destruction. And although I do take 300 points of damage for each Ojama token, you've left yourself wide open for a direct attack. But let's say we amp it up a bit with Monster Reborn. So Return from the Great Beyond, Raiden, Hand of the Light Sworn. And then I activate Raiden's special ability, sending 2 more cards from the top of my deck to the grave. Next, I activate the spell card Legend of Heart by paying 2,000 life points and removing my Raiden, Hand of the Light Sworn from the game. I can now use the power of Hermos and Critias to unleash their true forms to the field. So rise to the action, Legendary Knight Critias! And alongside him will be Legendary Knight Hermos! So Joey and Kaiba, even though they're not taking part in the duel, they're still taking part in spirit. And now with Critias' effect, I can use him to banish a spell or trap card that's face up on the field, and I choose Heart of the Underdog. And thanks to Hermos' special ability, the Seal of Orichalcos will be banished once and for all! And now, Legendary Knight Critias, attack Dartz directly for a GG! And with that, the evil of the Orichalcos is gone forever. Well, until somebody puts him in their deck in the real life decks, that is. Anyway. Okay, so we saved a person's soul, we saved the world. I have to say that's a pretty good, very nice for like a final episode. A final episode streak of good deeds. It's gonna be so hard when I have to leave this in. It's okay. It's okay. Still one more duel left. Stay strong, man. Stay strong.
You lose, Dartz. Your 10,000-year-old quest is finally over.
It cannot be. I've come too close. All I need is one more powerful soul, and the great Leviathan will arise from the depths of the earth.
It's too little, too late. Our duel has come to an end. Now release the souls of my friends and everyone else you held captive.
And the fight is still continuing. Is everyone released now? Hey, look! I guess the guards did pull through. Told ya! That means everyone Dartz captured is free? Is it really all over? Yep, we're safe now. Let's hit the road, folks. I'm sure that someone else is trying to take over the world back home. You know, the scary thing is, he's probably right. Oh, Tristan, I'm gonna miss your humor, but now it is time. The final duel between Yugi and Atem is finally here. But although there will be more content after this, again, thank you all so much for joining us on this journey so far. And if you enjoyed this journey and the many things to come, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. For only episodes to advise well, zero for the Mass Legion, and everyone the source of made by family and yours during the Manny Posse. Thank you all so much for joining us so far. I hope you enjoy this final duel, as it's now about to begin and determine the fate of the Pharaoh. Okay, let's do this.
This is the first time in my life that I have hoped for my opponent's victory. But in order for this duel to truly test our readiness to separate, I must fight with all my strength. Pharaoh, now that you've left the Millennium Puzzle, I can't hear your thoughts anymore. But somehow, I still know that you're what you were thinking, and I feel the same way. If you taught me anything, it's to put your heart into your deck and duel with everything you got. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Alright, Yugi. This is for all the marbles. One last duel. It's time to duel. Okay. So, already starts off well with the Tricky. And that card is undoubtedly Mirror Force. So, let's see what we can do here. And it's the Exodia deck. And thanks to this, neither player takes damage until the opponent's next turn, so I can do that. So I activate the spell card One Day of Peace. And Storming Mirror Force is just what I need. But before I do that, I activate the spell card Future Fusion! And its effect will activate in my second standby phase, but first I'll then summon my Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. And since he's on the field, I get to add a Spellbook card from my deck to my hand. And I choose my Spellbook of Secrets. And from my hand, I will then activate the spell card Spellbook of Knowledge. I send my Spellbook Magician of Prophecy to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. Then I activate the Spellbook of Secrets. Allow me to add another Spellbook Magician of Prophecy from my deck to my hand. And that is my turn. It's your move, Atem. One last duel. Let's give it our all. Dark Magic Curtain. Summon the Tricky and Dark Magician on the field. But he did cut his attack points in half. I've just got to keep up the moves until it's ready. But speaking of moves, now that one turn has passed, Fusion can activate, and by selecting Quintet Magician, I can now select its materials from my deck and send them into my graveyard. So the legs of Exodia, along with its head, the left arm of Exodia, and Exodios, the ultimate forbidden one, go to the graveyard. And then next turn, I get to summon the one and only, and yours truly, my Quintet Magician. But before anything, I will then summon another my Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. And thanks to Prophecy Magician's effect, I get to add Spellbook of Knowledge from my deck to my hand. And next I activate the spell card, Spellbook of Knowledge. I then send Spellbook Magician of Prophecy to the grave to draw 2 cards. And then I play 1 card face down, and then I'll end my turn. But then I have to discard a card to the grave, and I choose my Treasure Panda. Let's see what you got, Yugi, or Atem. He's already tributing. But Archfiend of Gilfer? Okay, now I definitely can't keep that on the field. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take the damage, just for old time's sake. But I'm gonna have to get rid of his Archfiend of Gilfer sooner. But yet again, it only loses 500 attack points, so if it's destroyed, so there we go. Last bit of damage for the road, and now, with the powers of my monsters combined and with future fusion's might, I fusion summon my Quintet Magician! And since I summon Quintet Magician using 5 different spellcaster monsters, all cards on your field are destroyed, including your Archfiend of Gilfer. Oh, tricky spell! Okay, but it can't do much because everything's gone. But sad to say, Yugi, but my monster won't be the one attacking, as I now activate the spell card Spellbook of Prophecy and send Quintet Magician to my graveyard, allowing me to draw 2 cards. And next I summon the right arm of the Forbidden One. And then, by tributing the right arm of the Forbidden One, this card was the one that gave you the victory against Kaiba, but now it's going to serve me to bring victory to this duel as I tribute the right arm of the Forbidden One to awaken the powerful, the legendary Exodia Incarnate! And for every Forbidden One card in my graveyard, my Exodia Incarnate gains 1,000 attack points. And since all 5 Exodia pieces are in my graveyard, 5,000 attack points is all it needs to finish off the duel. Gotta say, it really has been a ride. Thank you, Yugi, for everything. Hopefully we'll be able to find, both you and Kazuki Takahashi. You really brought such wonder to this world. I hope to continue to make you proud in the future, as I'm sure a lot of people will. But now, it's time to end this. Legendary Exodia Incarnate, attack Atem directly.
Congratulations. Well done. Yugi, you have achieved a great victory for us both.
I was so focusing hard on battling on how to play the game. I forgot what winning this duel would actually mean. By defeating you, I've sent you away. Oh God.
No, Yugi, you have opened the door for me. Thanks to you, my spirit can finally be at rest once again. I'll be back where I belong. Fate had brought the 2 of us together for a reason, and we fulfilled our destiny. We protected mankind from the return of the Shadow Games, and we've both grown tremendously along the way.
I'm gonna miss you.
We do realize we'll never truly be apart, right? The gift of kindness you have given me, and the courage that I have given you will remain with us, and that will forever bind us together.
Right. Now that the battle ritual is complete, the Eye of Wujat that guards the place to the spirit world has awakened. The spirit of the great pharaoh, which was trapped within the Millennium Puzzle for 5,000 years, is now free. The time has arrived. Tell the Eye of Wujat your name.
I am the son of the great Aknom Kanon, and my name is Atem.
Hello everybody, my name is SHOUTOUT5 and I'd just like to say a quick thank you to everyone who has enjoyed this journey through the legacy of the Duelist Saga. It has been such a joy to present the entirety of the game. There was a little bit of a transition between the OG Legacy of the Duelist and to Link Evolution, and there was a little bit of a break between the previous Legacy series to the final Legacy series, but to those who have watched the entirety of our journey through this game, through nearly 9 years worth of content, I would like to thank everybody so much for all your wonderful support so far. I could not have done this without all of your help. It really is appreciated. And although Legacy of the Duelist has ended, and as much as I would love to continue it with the Vrain story, it hasn't really updated since Link Evolution's release, so it doesn't really have that same feel as the other stories. Like, where there isn't like any scenarios in it; it just goes straight to the duels. So even if we did wanted to do a Vrain's walkthrough, it just wouldn't have the same amount of heart as the other 5 story modes did. But again, I think that this game has like been out, around the same time as my channel, if anything, but where my channel began. So this is a big finale, if anything else. But again, there'll be plenty more content to come, and we still got Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, so there's still going to be a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. But thank you all so much for all your wonderful support throughout this entire journey. It has been a long one, but it truly has been well beloved, and without all your support, again, none of this would have been possible, and I look forward to seeing everybody next week for a brand new series. Manny is just in the back rooms right now, with just having a little bit of a moment to himself. This is very, very powerful for him too, as I'm sure it is to many who have enjoyed this journey so far. But thank you all so much for joining us on this final episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Hope you enjoy the content to come. And for our own episodes, Super 5 as well as Zero for the Mass Legion and everyone the Short Patrol made by Family Manny Posse. Thank you all so much for coming by. Hope to see you all next week for a brand new series where there's going to be a lot of magic involved. Ain't going to say anymore because that will count as a spoiler. But thank you so much for joining. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you all next time for a brand new series and a lot more content to come. And be sure to stay tuned this Sunday for the upcoming Shultiverse What If 2. It's going to be a good one, believe me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you all had a fun time, and I'll see everybody next time. Take care, stay safe, and have a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.